Okay, hello people, welcome to TM Academy. Today we will talk about how to use our new talent trackers. So it will be in English and also we will publish it in Ukrainian version so you can listen both and try to understand each parts. So now I will share my screen with you. Okay, yes. Let's start. So, as you can see, this is our talent trackers, the new ones. So I will mention what changed and also how to use it very detailed. So when you open your talent tracker, you will see at first the general moderator. And in this part, you don't need to do anything because this part is completely automatic and like automatic by formulas. And when you fill out some specific sheets, the results will be shown in this part. So for you, it will be easy to report. And also from MC side, it will be easier. So let's go. But first, let's check what you will be able to. Firstly, you will be able to see in each area how many members you have. Team leaders and team members will be included in. And then you will be able to understand in which position you have how many members. And based on your results in team standards sheet, the results monthly will be shown in here. And also you will be able to understand what is your performance in each month. And for example, in monthly reviews, it will be really easy for you to compare it. And then I will be sharing with you the PDP separately. So you will put things manually to this part. And then LDA based on LC membership part and TM process implementation, we have specific sheet for it and it will be shown automatically as well, retention rate from TM metrics, and only thing that you need to do in IXP part, like manually, you need to write your plan, and then you need to write your fact, and you need to take the plan from your general LC planning, TM planning part. And ISACUP users also from the LC membership part, you will be able to take it. So let's go. First, LC membership. So what was the bottleneck? Every time we were just duplicating the sheet and we were given names, but like the tool named LC membership was like connected with the general moderator. So all the time the naming was a problem for us. So in order not to have there's a lot of sheets, what we did. So now you will see active members, for example, Isaac in Kiev, and then members who quit. So what you will do, you will write the names of your current members. Let's say if we are in February and you are able to see how many members you have currently on January, because it was the last time you reported, right? And then let's say Sasha, she left the organization. So you will take out Sasha from active members and you will put Sasha here. And there is some information that we need to have for her. But the most important part, this part, when he or she left. So you will write, this person left on February. So I will be writing here, February 2019, or if it's like, if you have a specific date, so you can write it as well. And me, I will be able to understand how many people you lost during February, and you don't need to copy the tool all the time. So firstly, we've fixed this bottleneck with this system. But there is one important part, closing survey. So in some LCs, what we are doing, we are meeting with this person and we are closing the experience. But in some LCs, we are not making these meetings, but we are just sending a survey to this person and understanding the reasons why this person left. And it is a huge and important data for us. So we need to have this kind of meeting or a survey. So like this part is not super mandatory to have like only survey. So you can have meeting if you want, you can have survey if you want. So when you had this thing, survey or meeting, you are putting click, like tick, and then I'm understanding that the experience of this person is closed and we have data why this person left. So there is nothing so hard about this LC membership part. What there is IXP. If this person was on exchange before, you will put yes. So this is very important. We are not going so deeply. For example, if this person was member and then went on exchange, we are not going so deeply. This person can be reintegrated member as well. So if this person was on exchange before, GE, GT, GB, doesn't matter, we are putting yes. And this part is calculated on general moderator, which is very important. Okay. And then we have here LDA part. It's also very important. It is initial LDA. So if this person filled it out, like you are putting yes. If it's no, you are putting no. It is very important. Yes. And then we are moving to performance. We changed a lot of things. I will tell you. Firstly, I want to start from performance tracker. So as you can see, we try to put each possible functionals that you have, because what now we don't have specific structures aligned in a whole entity. No, we don't have it. So what we have separate, for example, process structure in some LCs. We have functional structures in some LCs. So what we try to do, we try to put each functional that in each LC can have. Then you can see, for example, for IGV sales, CX, approving, maybe in your case, for example, it can be all in the same team. So OGV, IGE, IGCX, and so on, like approving CX, new sales, re-raising, you can see whole functionals, even back office included. So what is the point of it? What changed? We changed what? We changed the KPI system. So what was the biggest struggle? So we don't know what is KPI actually. So sometimes we were putting some task-based KPIs, but sometimes we were putting target-based KPIs. And when I was reporting, so it was not healthy to compare LC who was putting task-based KPIs and target-based KPIs, because performance rate would completely change based on this, right? So now what we are trying to do, we are trying to align everyone with the same KPIs, which is provided by each MCVP of the department. That means that there is no possibility from your side not to have this KPI in your LC, because like MCVP knows what is happening in each LC, and we try to give whole KPIs based on the current state and possible KPIs that we can align. Okay, so only thing that you need to do, for example, let's say like you are like, okay, let's start from the beginning. So you are putting the position first, team leader, team member, and coordinator. We are not putting EB members in performance tool, firstly. And then we are writing the name here. We are writing the name, for example, my name. And there is the KPIs. And I'm setting goal for the month, and I'm writing the fact. And it's giving me the percentages, and also it's giving me overachieve, achieve, not achieve, and the total percentage. And what is the good part? This tool is completely easy to make, because you like this LC membership, your name, like the names that you wrote here, will be directed to performance tool here directly, and you will take only the percentage and you will put under the month that you are reporting, and the system will give you for the month exactly in each functional what is your percentage, and also it will give you the general percentage. Okay, it's very important. And month by month it will take the average, and you will be able to understand what is the average performance that you have. Okay, I hope we are in the same page. And also we have one more innovation here. So based on the results, your members will appear here, and you will be able to understand who is the best performer. And for example, you can use it for internal R&R, and it can work very nice. So I hope you will use it, but it is very important innovation for you to have everything automatically, so you won't be lost in the tools. Okay, one thing, what can be the possible bottlenecks and problems that you can have? For example, you are, let's say, it can happen some specific functionals, for example, IGVCX. So let's say that these three KPIs, you are only making these two, and you are not conducting lead spaces for your EPs. Actually, what is the thing that you need to understand from these KPIs? As MC, we are expecting from you and from your IGVCX team to conduct leads. But if you're not doing this and you don't have any data about this, what you will do, you will just leave it like 0, and the total percentage will be calculated like this, okay? So, which is very important. But one more thing that I want to tell. So let's say that your goal is 150% achieved, which is you can think that it is very nice, I overachieved my goal, but at the same time, you need to think, I don't know how to plan. That's why I overachieved my goal. So what is the thing that we are trying to drive? It's like achieving our goals 100%, not overachieving our goals, okay? So it's very, very important. So you will have the same system for each. So only thing that you need to do, putting the names here and asking them to put the goal beginning of the month, and you need to ask them to write the facts at the end of the month. And before deadline, you need to have the percentages, okay? So you need to clarify your deadlines very well, and distance between the first submission and the last submission should be 1 month, because we are monthly taking the results. So another change about this distance, like the duration part. So what is the point? We were making this weekly, and what we understood, actually, performance is not 100% implemented. That's why weekly separation was very hard for us. But in some LCs, it worked. They were gathering data weekly. So I'm asking from LCs who are okay with the weekly separation, just have your local tools, make the separation weekly, but just report to MC monthly. But for you, if it's not implemented yet, just use the MC tool, and you can work on directly on this tool, and you can gather the data monthly. After 3 months, you're gathering data monthly, and you're sure that you're gathering healthy data. That means that you can go and try the weekly version of performance gathering. So if you will have some specific questions, please choose and ask me. And also, you will see some coordinated positions is here, team member positions. Try to put everyone in order. For example, don't make it in random, randomly, but try to put, for example, team leader of the team and the members under it, and to be, in an order. So we are moving to team standards. So what changed in team standards? Actually, not too much things, but now our team standards is much more detailed. So our phrases and the statements under these phrases are much more detailed. You will do the same. But again, I am telling you the things that we are focusing the most, weekly team meetings plus the one-to-ones that we are having, and PDP. Please try to be sure that it's happening in the performance phase, because we are giving a lot of attention on it, okay? So nothing changed. We are making it individual still, but just be sure, okay? Everything is on the right place. And you will be able to see overall, and also in building performance and it's closing separately, what is the percentage. Okay, good. And every month, for example, in February, you put data, and based on the data that you put, the percentage is 0.08%. So you will write, it will appear directly under February, and then in March, we will change the formula, or you can do it manually as well. So this is your choice to put, but we want to see the whole data here. So as you can see, there is no formula, no formula, no formula. So this formula will work, directly here. But after this, please copy the percentage and put under the month that you are gathering. Okay, good. So local education cycle. So do you remember we changed our national education cycle strategy, and now we are delivering it every month to you. And and also this monthly this monthly national education cycle has a weekly separation of the contents. So why we are doing this for you? Because every week we want you to put some topics under each functional, so you can gather this contents directly from MC, National Education Cycle. Also, you can put, for example, some external things under as well. Super easy example for you to understand it. So, for example, Masha said that first week of March, you need to have education about how to sell GV, because your new members will come. But you already did it on local induction conference, so you don't need to repeat it, right? So you won't take it, but we are trying to just generalize the contents to be aligned with whole LCs. So you don't need to take it like 100%. So you can just take what is relevant for you, and you can take some external things as well. For example, negotiation, you can put some soft skill educations as well. And when you will put at the end of the month, yes or no. And this system will give you as you can see, weekly percentages, and it will give you at the end of the month the overall percentage. And you need to write the internal education and number of external education plus number of leads delivered during this month. Okay, so we have TM metrics that we had before. You can see retention rate, IXP, PDP implementation, Isaac of active users. So if your member has an Isaac Hub account, you just need to ask them to check it. You're putting the number of people who have Isaac Hub account. Pipeline. So I want to explain this. Number of members who are willing to apply for the higher position, and number of members who are going to apply for the next position. So what is the difference? Number of members who are going to apply for the next position is directly the number of applicants that you had for your TL selection. So if you don't have TL selection on March, you will put like this or 0. Better to put stick. That means that I didn't have, but on June, for example, we will have national TL selection, so you will put 15. So I got 15 applicants. So number of people who are willing to apply for the higher positions, yeah, this is something very important. So what we are asking you to have some satisfaction surveys monthly, and you can put this question hiddenly in your satisfaction surveys. So for example, you can ask, are you finding team leader position attractive? Are you finding EB position attractive? And if the person said yes, you can put it, for example, on scale. And if this person said more than 5, for example, 1 to 10, and this person gave a point more than 5, you can consider that this person is willing to apply. So, for example, for team leaders, you need to put only are you willing, are you finding EB position attractive? So you can take the number of people who said, yes, I'm finding attractive, or number of people who said who gave more than 5, or for team members, it's the same mindset, but just the name is changing and it's not EB, but TL position. Okay, and you will put it every month, and it should be maybe different because we will see how many people more wants to apply for the higher positions. Okay. RNR system. So for us, it's very important that you have RNR system. So it's not a tool that you just have. You will put the link, but if you are not making this, for example, every time, like every month, and it's not weekly, and if you don't have any ICOM and stuff, we are not calling it RNR because it's not working. So if you don't have RNR, please put I don't have RNR, even if you have a tool. Okay, so how do you reward? For example, we are asking you to write the rewards. Good. And TM process implementation, it is very easy. So there's things written here, and you just need to go read and put yes, no, and partly. And for example, you can be on recruitment. That means that you can have some parts which is you can put yes or no, but after recruitment, for example, you won't have get phrase done. So when you have had it, like, I mean, you will put some data when you are currently having it, and I am asking you, when you finish it, to change only these parts: develop, keep, and report parts. So when you implement things, just put yes and think general, okay? It is very important. So one thing, when you can see, like if you can see in this part, when you implement one thing, you are not going to lose this implementation, so the things will stay. So you don't need to copy the tool all the time. But in which tool you will have it, for example, on performance tracker and on team standards, you will have it, right? Because it's not like we don't have any other chance to see, for example, March's team standards tool. In this part, my NST Sasha and me will be working on it. So every time when I will be reporting, I will just hide the previous one and I will put new one for you. So it won't be a problem as well. So that was it. I hope you don't have any questions. If you have any questions, you can ask and approach. But generally, this is how you need to make it happen. So, bam, bam, bam. Yes. Generally, what is going to happen? Let me talk about timeline. So I think now we will release it, and you will be able to like understand how to use it till the end of February. So it will be still before our deadline. But my concern is performance tool. So what we can do, you can start to use this tool each like sheet, except performance, you can still use the previous one. And starting from March, you can also start to, set goals on the national performance tool, and everything will be aligned. So you can see February and March period as a change in process. So we will start to use the tool, like each sheets, excluding the performance tracker. You will be using the previous old one still. I will just take the performance from that tool, and like when we were reporting March, it will be easier. And at the end of the March, which means that 5th of April, you will be using the new talent trackers, and we will gather March, April, May, yes, like in my term, 3 months at least, results with the new talent tracker. So we will be understanding if it's working or not with the great results. So that was it. Thank you for listening. So see you. Bye-bye, people.